on, not live right now.
We're not doing it today. It's fine.
No.
Okay, so we're live.
All right.
Let's
Here
get
we
ready
are.
to record. Oh, Bonnie's here already. Look at
Yay,
that.
Bonnie. Girl.
Hey, Bonnie, how are you?
All right. Tell me when you're ready to record.
Yeah.
I'm ready when you guys are ready. I got ready before
I
came on.
am as well. Let me just find my thing. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, press record.
Okay.
All right. Jess, give me a hello.
Hello.
All right, we're ready to go.
All
What about Elsie?
right.
She said K, so I counted that as a hello.
That was like, that was the thing. Oh, gosh. I have the door open because I have to scream at my children when, in 2 minutes, when I have to yell at them to turn off the rice.
Turn off the rice.
Turn off the rice. Turn off
Turn
the
off
rice.
the stove. Don't burn your hands. Whew. Okay.
Oh my God.
John's
All right. John's eye is twitching. Yeah, see? I know, y'all. Well, if Bonnie sticks around towards the end of the show, she can maybe help us.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. Bonnie's made my eye twitch a time or two.
Oops, I have to make sure this is quiet for now before it starts pinging and making so much noise.
I tell you what, we're just going to wait till the rice is done. That's what.
Okay, that's good. We'll wait till the rice is done. We just have 1 minute.
Done?
Yeah, 1 minute.
We got 1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute. Uno, dos, tres,
uno, dos, tres. I can't wait till In the Heights is released and I can watch it.
Why?
Because, hello, it's all about my people.
I think it's the only Spanish I know is uno momento, por favor.
Un momento.
You know, I made up a song. For Isaac that with only those words, because for a while that was the only Spanish I knew. And so I go, uno momento, por favor. Uno momento, por favor. And now he sings it all the time.
So I don't understand where the O came from in that, though. It's un momento, no uno momento. You don't say that in Spanish?
Uno.
It's un momento, not an O at the beginning. I don't know. I don't understand. I think what it is.
Because when I'll tell you why. I know why. Because we say
people say that on movies.
Yeah, but we say uno, dos, tres. So if we're going to say one, we go uno instead of, because we say uno, dos, so we would say uno.
Dos
so then
minutos.
It would be uno.
Yeah, dos minutos, but you only say un momento, not uno momento. That's not how you say it. Mind you, that's what people on movies and TV
says
do.
Uno. Hold on.
Who says uno?
Pitbull says uno. Pitbull. Hold on.
But then he's copying English-speaking people. He's not doing it himself. He's making fun of y'all.
What?
Hey.
That's not nice.
It's fine.
Can you turn off the rice? Thanks.
All right.
You can't hear that, can you?
No.
You
can't hear uno momento. That's so dumb. It's like there's another one.
Maybe I can make this go.
There's another one. Un momento.
Not my
I'm trying to figure out if there's a something that people do for y'all.
Where'd he go?
He's gone. He's doing his thing. You know, he's behind the scenes. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. He has to turn the music on so we can start the thing. Right, John?
Hello?
Did he really just disappear and like...
I fucked everything up. Hold on.
No, it's me. Hold on. What did I do?
Oh.
Let me try something.
I don't know.
All right. How about now? Can you hear me
now? Yes. Now it says John is in stream with audio only.
Okay. I don't know what I did. I guess I removed myself from the stream. I don't know what I did. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it?
Hear me, Jess?
All right. Here comes the music.
Wait, hold on. I don't know if Jess can hear us.
Oh, wait. Hello?
Yes, I hear you.
What happened now?
I don't know. Oh my God. She can't hear us. I don't think we can.
Now she's frozen.
We can't. Oh my God. Honestly.
Oh, I just saw her move. Can you hear us now? I can't tell if she's frozen or what she's doing. Can we type into the other chat? Private
now
chat?
I hear you. I'm texting you. Can you hear you? Can I hear you? Oh, it doesn't look like she can.
Pop out and pop in. Hang on. Wait a minute. See if she'll read this.
I don't know. Hold on. I'm working it out.
Oh my God. Da-na-na-na. Oh.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear. We can hear you. You can't hear us. I can hear you.
Hear you.
Right.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
We can hear
Why did I
you.
do that?
I don't
know. Okay, I
know.
can hear you now. Okay.
Okay.
What did you do?
She's frozen in a weird thing.
I hear you now. I'm sorry. I should never have done that.
Okay.
AirPods are so weird. I should just have left well enough alone. Okay.
You know, earpods.
I'm ready.
Wireless headphones are a no-no. You know, we went through this before.
I know, but it's a long story. But I just, as I was getting ready for this recording session, I just broke mine. My other ones.
Okay.
So this is what I have nearby.
All right,
you
ladies.
know how some people have.
I have the backup. I have a backup member. Yeah.
Can you hear us, Jess?
Very special.
I know.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Bragger. She's like a big sister.
I even have
an
like
annoying big sister. She's like, I have a backup.
I'm telling
Mom, you don't.
I know. I am super annoying like that because that happens all the time.
Look. Back up.
Yeah.
Me?
All right.
I'm
leaving now.
What are you guys looking at? I have a mic. What's wrong with my mic?
Nothing. We're showing you our backups. Backup.
Yeah, I have backup headphones too.
Backup. All the backup.
All right. Can I hit the music?
We have to go. We have to. We have to record.
Here we go.
Am I breaking up?
Oh my God.
You kind of are frozen. That was a face I just made. I am a scary person. Is in a frozen.
I don't know what to do. I don't. Okay, so here we go. I have to find out if anything is. First of all, I have to ask her if her computer's plugged in. Probably not. If Scott's on the internet or if anybody else is on the internet.
Oh gosh.
Because it's probably dragging it down.
I just heard a ding, but I don't know. Ooh.
And there she goes. Well.
All right. Well, we are live and having problems, which I just posted on.
Yeah. Welcome to podcasting, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, Bonnie, I think that we need to keep all of the audible sounds of record size. Like it's not just John, it's all of us. Right. But it really is. I mean, hey, so by the way, this is a perfect opportunity to talk about how folks are always like, what's the best solution for recording remotely? Zoom or, all Zencaster or SquarePants. What is it called?
Podcast SquarePants.
Yeah, Podcast Squarespace. But like, I honestly, there is none. There is no best solution. This happens with everything.
So if I
This is
just add her to the stream, this is Jess in the stream.
right. But oh gosh.
Hello.
All right,
Hi.
but you've got the blacks. Oh, there you are.
Hi.
You guys hear me now?
We hear you as a little robot.
Your internet is horrific right now.
Oh. Oh, look, Jenny's internet went away for a minute last week.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh.
This is not the day to have this happen.
This is not the day to have this up. Mind you, I mean, what we could do, John, is we could you and I could have a conversation if Jess's thing doesn't, and we can just talk about figuring me out for the summer, and we can have like a mini how we're gonna do this for the summer for Elsie, and just talk about it. Ooh.
All right, I'm coming in.
Oh my God. I'm like the only person. And then hopefully, I mean, if she's back, we can stop it, but we can start talking about it, I guess.
Sure.
Let me see if I can. Let me text. Ooh, what was that sound?
That's Jess coming in.
Oh, she's coming in again. Okay.
Yes.
Hi.
Okay, I think I fixed it, but I'm not sure. I think I fixed it.
Ooh, look at that. You do. You
what you're doing.
You look good.
What did you do?
What did you just do?
I tried all the different routers and then I restarted I have 4 routers here and
4.
I never know which one is fucking working. Yeah, it's so fucking annoying. You have no idea. It's
wow.
really
I kind of think I do.
Okay, maybe you do.
All right. I think that we fixed it. This is great. So let's get out. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hang on 1 second. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to set a marker.
Okay.
And we're going to start the whole show over again.
Okay.
We're going to add the music so Jess can do the intro.
Okay.
Instead of me sighing and banging my head against the wall. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Hello. Welcome to She Podcast, episode 315, the belly dancing edition. Today we have myself, your co-host, Jessica Kupferman, and then with me, as always, my very lovely and delicious other co-host, Elsie Escobar.
Woohoo!
And of course, our producer, John Domingo, who's kind of mad at me because
I'm not mad at you.
Even though I have no control over the situation, my internet's spotty today. And as a result, he has to use every opportunity to tell me that he's ripping his hair out.
No, so I'm not frustrated. I'm not mad at you. I'm frustrated with the situation. That's all.
Yeah, I know you're not mad at me like you're going to make a voodoo doll with my face on it. But you're mad and I'm mad. And it's like, it's
frustrating. It's frustrating when you're trying to do stuff like this.
I just don't know why we can't get. It's like as soon as Elsie's internet got good, mine took a leak, like just left.
Yeah,
because God hates me.
It's so annoying. It is so annoying.
So for those of folks who
not
have
for
been with
routers,
us,
for networks, not for routers.
Okay.
We put up different networks so that if one's not working, we can use the other ones.
Got it.
Okay.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, but I was going to say, for those of you who have been with us in the past 15 minutes, you have been riveted by the technical difficulties that we've had the entire time of disappearing and coming back and all that. And I was telling John while Jess was MIA trying to fix her stuff, that we get a lot of questions all the time about what's the best remote recording solution, and whatever insert service of choice has had problems, they haven't been recording, or this has been dropped out or whatever. And in all honesty, there really isn't a solution that's constantly going to be perfect. It doesn't matter. Everything's going to have problems. And even though right now we're obviously streaming, and sometimes when you add a video component, it just adds more trouble sometimes to the mix. But there are always going to be troubles when it comes to connecting with somebody else. So you just kind of have to be patient. And I remember, Jess, when I was going through my troubles, and I can't remember how that I've never been that frustrated before when I was trying to record a show, something that I really love doing, and I could barely hear you.
Yeah.
And it was my fault. Like, it wasn't your fault. It was my fault. And I could barely hear her talking. I could barely hear anybody talking. We couldn't talk with each other because we were talking over each other every single time. It was like, I was about to go, you know what? Let's just quit.
John, if there was a Podcasting Academy Award, he could and should win that, because no one has ever edited in those fucking circumstances.
Yeah.
And done a good job before. Only John has had a person with no internet and another person in a basement, like, I'm not in a basement office, but like, it's a struggle.
Yeah.
It's a struggle. And I know he pulled his hair out, but like, he really does deserve like a lifetime achievement award.
Like there has to be a better name for under distress circumstances, and
yes,
and
podcasting
patience
under duress.
Yes, that's right. Podcasting
under duress award, whatever that is. If there's something like that out there, please nominate or let us know so we can nominate our editor, John Buchanan Jamingo.
Oh my God.
I have to say this, that ladies, that one thing you have is you have made me work my podcasting muscles so that you have made me very good at picking out solutions for recording problems. So like, come to me with your recording issues and I will tell you how to record in a way where everybody can record. And I'm going to do it today.
Yeah, we're hopefully going to be touching base a little bit on that. But before we do that, though, let's go ahead and get into some news.
Shall we?
Yes.
The news you can use for the informed podcaster. Podcasting news.
Dun, dun, dun. So we had this on the docket last episode. Yes. About the Ambies, and we didn't really talk about it. Correct. It had just happened like the day before. So I just want to do a really quick recap. The Ambies were the very, very first podcast-centric awards that is being put on or was put on by the Podcasting Academy, which was founded essentially, I think, at the end of 2019 or 2020. I don't know, something like that. And it was right around that time. And this was the culmination of our money, really, for the people who are part of the Academy. And, did you watch it by any chance? First of all, did you watch the Ambies? So the Ambies is the corresponding podcasting awards that went with this.
I want to say yes so badly.
Oh.
But I did not watch that. I didn't put them on the calendar. I didn't. Right. I thought that if I watched it, I would get mad, and I'm trying to avoid things that make me mad. So I didn't watch it.
Funny. I actually, I did. I put it on. I put it on the Apple TV, and I watched it.
Did it make you mad?
No, it made me kind of excited. I thought, oh, this is so neat, because it made me feel. It did give me the feels about podcasting being recognized. Like, I had a lot of positive feelings about it. I didn't recognize any of the shows that were being I can't say any, a handful of the ones that were up.
We covered one of the ones that won, Dying for Sex. We covered.
Yes, we did, which I was incredibly excited about because I loved that podcast. But that was possibly one of the only one of a few other ones that I knew. But I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed what was put out there. Obviously, it was the first time that it was put out, but I think the reason that I enjoyed it so much is because I have been watching these things now for the past year plus of things being streamed, things that are no longer, happening in real life. And everything is kind of moved into this, even the inauguration, all of those things that were done online that I thought, oh, this is neat that this is happening with podcasting. But what I didn't know is that Dan and Jared were behind the production of it. They were behind the production.
I love that.
Yeah. So I think they did a great job putting this out for the very first time. I'm sure that there were lots of things that they were juggling to really just attempt to be able to do this and get behind producing an award ceremony. I'm really happy for them. I'm happy for them having done that. The end.
Yeah, I agree with that. And you know what? I think your synopsis is the perfect synopsis for someone that does not get caught up in semantics when it comes to truly loving and adoring podcasting as a whole. And that is everything that you're about. So it makes sense to me that you were all about the ambience because you're all about everything. Like you just love podcasting. Like people get very caught up in whether or not independents are included, and like I feel like if you truly just love the art of podcasting, you would just be like Elsie and be like, I liked it. It was cool. Like because you like everything podcasting. So of course you're gonna like it. That's I think how you I mean, I just want anyone who's listening to who does get caught up in those kinds of semantics to just think about her response. And like if you really love our craft, doesn't matter who's putting on the awards or who's getting awarded, like it's cool. Right.
And the Rob Greenlee gave out the Podcasting Impact Award. I think I can't remember the exact name of it. And it was for the teenage therapy folks. And those were some teenagers that were just putting a show on. The end.
Yeah.
They were not part of a bigger network. They were not like all the things that we're thinking that might be an issue. That was not them. Oh my gosh.
I think I just get jealous that other people are participating in stuff that I'm not participating in. It doesn't really have to do with like the production or, I think I would have, or I thought I would have gotten caught up in, it's kind of like the IAB sometimes too, where it's like, I see who they bring, like they trot out all the celebrities in front of the advertising agencies. And I'm just like, is this really relevant though to what we're doing? Or is it just, or is it just sparkles and shine? And I don't want it to just be sparkle and shine, but maybe the awards are different than that. You know what I mean?
It's frustrating. I think there's a general frustration because of something that I've seen over and over again. And that's just because of what we attach as a society value to, right? But this actually counts for everything else. Like I just saw, the new Oprah and Harry and Prince Harry thing about mental health that's on Apple TV.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I've watched a couple of episodes, the first couple of episodes of that. And I find it to be possibly the most powerful series I've watched in a long time. It is a phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal in so many different ways. And in the way that it's highlighting mental health in so many different angles, right? With some folks that are obviously bigger names like Lady Gaga and Prince Harry, in addition to other folks that they are highlighting that have been going through a variety of different things regarding their mental health. Okay. But as a whole, I have learned a ton. I'm going to binge watch it again. It is not an easy watch. There's a lot of stuff that's coming up in that has really like gone, oh my God. But here's why this has to do with a conversation that we're putting out. Every bit of coverage that I have seen on that has been all about Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga mentioned something about like being raped. Lady Gaga with the thing.
I know that is weird. I've noticed the same thing.
Abortion. Lady Gaga, not abortion, sorry, but all of these things, and that's all you hear. And you know what? I'm astounded that it keeps on happening, and all they're focusing in is maybe like she's in it for a time, but it's not about her. It's about an entire, like it's about a conversation that we all need to be a part of. And it has nothing to do with Lady Gaga. I mean, everything. Yes and no, all the things. And she didn't make it about herself. She was incredible. I mean, there's so much wisdom that's being shared about that. But if I were somebody that's reading things and all I see is Lady Gaga with the rape, Lady Gaga with rape, Lady Gaga rape. It's like, I'd be like, oh, I'm so over this. I didn't even want to, what is this about? It's just focusing on the celebrity aspect of it. And they address stuff like that. They address it.
I feel like I was subjected to a lot of that this past week. Demi Lovato, like there's a bunch of stuff happening that I was just like, why am I only reading about celebrity chaos? And that's weird. It's weird, but it's like, why is it so much news that like Demi Lovato is now a they? Like I understand because it's a big deal. And I know, I mean, let me rephrase. I know that news like that is a big deal because it calls awareness, because it helps people who struggle with those things like with people not being, accepting. I think it helps people more accept a non-binary or a trans person. So I think it's important to know when celebrities are using different pronouns or changing their gender in some way. But I also feel like this is top news, like more than anything else we read is Lady Gaga reveals she was raped. Demi Lovato changes her pronouns. And then it was like something else over the weekend. And I was just like, why am I getting involved in this? Like my headspace can't be involved in other people's, like in Gaga's trauma. Like I already knew she was traumatized on some level. Like, and Lovato is a particular trigger because she's a drug addict.
Mm-hmm.
So, so that every time I see news with Demi Lovato, I'm just like, oh, I hope that girl is going to be okay. Like it triggers me a lot. So I don't know what point you were getting to, but I don't know why for some reason, like that's the top of my news and I wish it wasn't. That's all.
But the whole point, I think what I'm bringing to light here as it plays out with what we were talking about in terms of the Ambies, as they used celebrity, right? It is in some way a hook for bad or good to get folks to step into a deeper conversation that has nothing to do with the celebrity. It is simply like an entry point. It is the door to which you step through, right? And that shows you also the lack of creativity when it comes to covering all of these news, because the coverage of the Oprah series
which is important. I think that's great.
Which is very important, is incredibly single dimension. There's no dimensionality to the coverage at all. It's just headline. And it's actually pushing people away that should be, because the narrative around it is so one lens. Same thing with Demi Lovato. Like her show itself is so much deeper than the fact that she shared her pronouns, but that's all that's being covered. And for anybody,
that's kind of my point. It's like they don't talk about why it's important. It's just that Demi's been struggling with her gender. She has finally come out with these pronouns. News at 11. Like they don't give you the neat part.
Exactly. And the other thing is that for folks that don't have an understanding whatsoever about pronouns,
why that matters, right?
Then they are already put off. They're already dismissing her
or
them.
One.
They're dismissing them, and they are absolutely going, "Oh, there she goes, choosing the thing." And it's all, and there's no there's no understanding happening. It's already, because the headlines are leading the way. Same thing with, I think, with a lot of the stuff with the Podcast Academy, that it led with, come to the Ambies, see, insert star, insert big name. And that's the way we cover it. Look at all these people showing up to the thing. Whereas the larger conversation around podcasting, I find it to be the fact that, the teenage therapy folks, they are independent podcasters that started here and there. There were a lot of other folks that won that award that have podcasts that have not been part of a larger conversation. And my hope is that folks are now wondering about what these podcasts are about. The fact that there's all of these different types of shows out there that nobody ever really talks about. That's my hope about it. And, but the coverage though, it's just Mark Maron.
I know.
Like whoever, like Hank Azaria, who was funny, but he was hilarious, by the way. When they come in and they do all these things. And in some way, I understand that that's the way to get folks to pay attention. But at the same time, it's also, it deflects people that should be stepping into it and wanting to be a part of it and all of those things. And like the fact that I didn't know, Dan and Jared, like the podcast movement folks were behind the scenes of this. And even just that alone for me is a win, because those guys didn't necessarily step into this whole entire thing from the pro corp casting space. They could have hired some folks in LA to run it. Don't you think? They could have they could have gone to anybody. Yeah. But they picked people who were part of the industry that came up with the industry, that has historically listened to us whenever we've given feedback about things and have been there the whole entire time. So that is to me a positive thing that nobody's even paying attention to.
Yeah, you're right.
So anyway, that's my
You are
take on the
100% right.
ambies. And we are 30 minutes in. I just want to make sure that we cover all the things that we have to cover today.
It's fine.
So now moving on to some Spotify's making moves, Jess. Did you hear about some of these things that just came out? You might have just seen them here, but what are your initial thoughts with the headlines about Spotify making some news?
I think I'm not sure how they are doing that because I thought Apple was in charge of that stuff.
Oh, what do you mean? The
Spotify brings offline listening to the Apple Watch?
Yeah.
I thought only Apple was allowed to do that to the Apple Watch. I'm surprised they haven't, for lack of a better term, cockblocked that somehow. How's that? How's that working?
Well,
You know
no,
what I
they've been
mean?
doing, they have done that in the past. I know podcast apps do that. Like Overcast does that. Castro does that. Where you can listen to even podcasts on your Apple Watch now whenever you go out and you don't have to be connected to the phone. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
but I was always doing it through Apple. You're not?
No, dude. Overcast and a Castro can do that. My two faves.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So you can listen and you don't have to have your phone with you to listen to podcasts. You can just have them do the thing and it happens. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice. I love it. It is
Yay.
such an extra thing. Mind you do have to have I think, you know what? Because I only have the cellular. I only have the watch, the Apple Watch. That's the cellular watch. I don't know if you can do that if you don't have cellular.
No. I'm guessing no.
No, right?
Because if you have an Apple Watch without cellular, you're basically stuck to utilizing it with Wi-Fi.
With Wi-Fi
all the time.
Okay.
I think. I mean,
if somebody has one without
you download something like you said, like you can download stuff on it the way that you were doing, but
yeah. So because I don't know if I have no idea if the watch has storage, but I do know that you can definitely stream the podcast. So that's really good because now Spotify, again, with the Apple Watch functionality now, then that also opens up the ability for folks to be listening to podcasts yet another way as they travel the world and walk around and do things that are not connected to their phone. So I'm super stoked.
Yay. Yeah. That's pretty nice. You're right. I agree.
Lena says that you probably can since you're able to listen to podcasts while flying. So, well, that's interesting.
Excellent.
I mean, but hey, but I love that functionality. I have found it now that I have an Apple Watch. I think that is something I never thought that I would actually do, meaning listen, but the ease of being free and out in the world and being able to just tap forward, tap back, stop. I usually don't do much than stop, forward, and back. I don't do picking. Like I don't sit there and like start picking my shows. But
when do you do that?
Because I haven't been going out for a longer period of time, and the shows that I tend to listen to are at minimum 45 minutes long. And usually I go and listen to podcasts when I'm taking my walks. So I usually don't go through an entire episode of the shows that I listen to that are super long. The other one, I just listened to one that was almost 2 hours long.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
So I'm curious now that we've brought this up, and I know it's slightly off topic, but what do you tell people when they ask you how long the perfect show should be? Like, what do you say? Because I'm wondering if what you say is the same as what I say.
What I say is as long as you need to cover the topic that you're covering.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm just wondering.
We did have a Libsyn blog post. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You continue.
But you prefer longer shows.
Oh yeah, I prefer. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is, John, maybe I'm going to put this in, and then you can share it in the links. I'm going to put this in the private chat. This is something that we had Callie work on for for the Lipson blog because Rob covered stats. Because as you know, Rob, my co-host, does not do anything without like data. So we answered this question, and there's a lovely little chart there where he did some data crunching, some number crunching, and he looked at the top 200 shows in Apple Podcasts. There's a chart in there that goes from like 2018 all the way to 2021, and it shows that the top 20, mind you, the top 200 in Apple Podcasts. So it's very specific. Okay. 8% as of 2021, 8% are 22 minutes or less in the top 200. 78% are 40 minutes or more. And 5.5% are 120 minutes or more in the top 200 category. So that shows you that 40 minutes, so your show being 40 minutes or more is 80, almost 80% of podcasts of the top 200 are all over 40 minutes.
Now, but does that make it right? I mean, I don't
think it makes it right, but I'm just saying, I don't know.
I'm of the opinion that if your content needs to be that long, it needs to be that long. And I am also of the opinion that if you're doing an interview show and it's less than 30 minutes, you're probably not getting any of the good juice that you should be getting from the person.
Well, it depends though, Jess. One of my favorite shows is called Marketplace Tech. And that show is usually somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes. And generally speaking, there is an interview in there as part of one of the segments. Now, in a million years, would I have ever thought that something like that would work in terms of the time? Because again, it's not an interview show. It is a 10 to 15 minute reporting on a specific subject matter, right?
Well, that's different, right?
Yeah, and so they come in and they're talking about like bandwidth in rural North Carolina. Haha, I'm just. Obviously, that didn't happen. But let's say they're doing that. And then so the host opens the show. She presents the problem to be solved or presents the overall topic or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then she goes into the solutions to the problem, thoughtful conversation with whoever she's interviewing. And they do like essentially like maybe 2 or 3 questions back and forth. And then they wrap it up. Then she does a conclusion, and then she has links that attach to the conversation. And I always get a ton of insight from those questions. But I don't think that when they record, they only record for 15 or 10 minutes or 5.
Yeah.
Right. I think they record for 30 to an hour, and then they edit to the most distilled to fit within the context, which is why it's such a fantastic show. There's never anything extra because they're talking about a specific solution. So it can be done in less, but that doesn't mean that they're not gathering the raw. That doesn't mean that the raw footage is 30 minutes. That means the raw footage is at least an hour that's edited down to give you the distilled key information. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's my thought.
Cool.
Yeah. Anywho,
that's some exciting stuff.
Yeah. And the last thing that Spotify did this week or last week is that they added automatic transcripts for their own exclusive and original podcasts. So
Can you believe that?
It's like, I know. Well, I don't doubt that maybe they'll possibly release that functionality for everyone, maybe. But for their own stuff, it's kind of nice that they have added it in there as an option, right? Have you listened to a song in Apple Music and seen the lyrics?
No, I was actually trying to do that in Spotify this weekend. I was looking for lyrics, but no, I didn't know Apple Music did that.
Apple Music does that, and it is amazing. It's
glorious.
Beautiful. I think it's beautiful, especially if you're on an iPad. It has the song, and then it has like giant. And my girls do this all the time. They'll play music even in the Apple TV, and they have like huge font, and it just goes through. It's beautifully executed. I love to see that. So they have the functionality to have that playing I'm thinking that would be a lovely way to add transcripts to podcasts as well, if they're executed in the way that the Apple Music stuff has been done.
I don't know if you had this experience when you were a kid, because I just don't know. Because so far, everything about us being kids is the opposite of each other. But
you are correct.
When I was a kid and I would get a new tape or a new CD, mostly a new tape because CDs didn't come out until I was in high school, I would put it in my little boom box and I would open up the thing. And, because it was only like the size of a deck of cards, it would sometimes be all the way out to here, all the lyrics.
Yes.
And I would just lay on my bed and just pour over it and listen to every song for the first time while going through the lyrics, because I needed to know what they were saying and all the meanings behind it.
Yes, I did.
Like praise. This kind of reminds me of that. Like, our kids are now going to use Apple Music and just look at their phones and be like, what do they mean here?
What do they mean here? Yeah. I mean, in all honesty, exactly what I did. I used to put it all out. I used to, even with the tapes and with the, even not CDs, but
it was a little booklet. But
it was a little booklet for the CDs, but also the cassettes did that. And I did do exactly what you're talking about. Totally pouring all over them, looking at the song, singing along with the part and thing. So it was so good. But
this is a way to re-experience your songs that way, because it's been a while since I felt like ever since digital, I sort of felt like unless you Google the lyrics, it's not the same as
it's not the same as when you see them.
This is more an active listen where you can listen and look through your app at the. I don't know why I'm making such a big deal about this. I'm just a minor thing, but I feel like it's kind of when you discover music, this part of it I think is a big deal. Knowing the words and stuff.
You totally nailed it, because it gives you a deeper knowing of the songs, and you connect to it in a different way. And you actually do get a whole understanding of what the entire thing is about. No, I completely understand. And there's also a difference. Mind you, maybe they can experience this, but there's also a difference when you were reading and poring over the lyrics on your own without this cassette playing, right? So then you're like, oh my God, I didn't even know it said that. It's a different part of your brain. But anyway, I agree. I think it's awesome.
It's pretty awesome. So that's really cool. And then the last thing we have is, I think, pretty cool as well. And I have not tried it yet, but I'd like to.
Which one?
The Canva.
Oh, the Canva stuff. So yes. So as of now, there is Canva integration. So as of today, those of you who are hosting on Libsyn should have gotten an email that tells you that there's now a Canva button inside of Libsyn 5. Mind you, it's not on Libsyn 4, the interface that has been used. But if you go to 5.libsyn.com and you use our existing sign-in information, now there is a little Canva button wherever you do your episode artwork. It literally is set up on the little right-hand side of the screen in Libsyn 5, not in the other one that is going on, the Libsyn 5. And it automatically signs in to your account if you have a Canva account. If not, it walks you through how to set one up. And you can actually pull up your existing templates, or you can create artwork on the fly if that's your thing to pull it up there.
Why not?
Why not? Right. And then when it pulls it in there, it automatically resizes it. So it's the artwork isn't like gigantornormous, which sometimes Canva does. Like if you export a square image, it's like 50,000 megabytes.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Did you say gigantornormous?
Is that what I said? I think I did.
Yeah, but I really like that word. I'm going to use that word, gigantornormous.
Gigantornormous.
Can you write that down as the title of this episode? Gigantornormous. All one word. Gigantornormous.
Yes. But
I vote that it's a word.
But so Canva is doing all of these incredible integrations, not only with Libsyn, but also Buzzsprout just released it as well, that they have Canva integration inside of Buzzsprout. And you know where I saw it too? I saw Canva integration on Agora Pulse, which is the app that we use at Libsyn to do stuff.
Yeah.
And I think
don't say do stuff. It's a social media scheduling app.
Sorry.
It's like, that's how we do stuff.
It's a social media scheduling app. Sorry. Agora Pulse. Sorry, guys. So yes. And I have a feeling that there's other integrations coming out there, but it is incredibly helpful to just be able to pull it up and then pull your stuff in there. I think that it streamlines a lot of the things that are happening, but particularly for folks that possibly have a harder time when it comes to designing artwork, or where do I get the artwork? Like, how do I get the stuff? Canva is such an amazing solution. They have done so many wonderful things. So having it within the stuff you're using is awesome.
Can I read you the integrations they have at this moment?
Sure.
Okay. Right now, you can share directly to Instagram business, Facebook page, Twitter, email, Facebook group, Google Drive, Instagram personal. I don't know why they're not next to each other. Dropbox, OneDrive, MailChimp, Pinterest, LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn page, Slack, Tumblr. They will give you an embed code. I guess it says website, but I don't know how that works. Template, not sure how that works. PowerPoint, and then if you go down further after the printing, it says you may also like Box, HubSpot, Movely, Gain, PageProof, Hazing Flipbooks, PandaDoc, Activity Messenger, Powtoon, which we used to use, Publer, Typeform, Smart Mockups, Brand Folder, Simple Booklet, Hue and Stripe, Project Broadcast, Pardo, which was, I guess, Salesforce, and Filkers. Most of those I've never heard of, but I have used Powtoon before, and I think it would be really helpful to be able to share it to PandaDoc, which is how to get people to sign your contracts and stuff. So if you can publish stuff right to there, you can add it right to your documents, I guess, which is cool. Yeah, so much. Man, I'm glad I stuck with these guys. I don't know if they've done.
Yeah. I mean, even when I make my presentations, it's the easiest way. And they look so slick and amazing.
They do.
I'm always oh God. So yeah.
I know. There was a time when I tried to delete and or unsubscribe to Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator, thinking that I could just do everything in Canva. I don't think it was ready yet, but I feel like it's getting closer. The problem is that I like to take stuff apart. So if they have a graphic, they do make it easier for you to change colors and stuff, but yeah, I still need it. I'm hoping not to need it soon because this is such a good price too. I think I pay $20 a month for this.
It's amazing. Canva has, the functionality and now that it's doing this where it's kind of meeting into places that oftentimes are looking for graphic support that aren't historic. You wouldn't think let's integrate Canva with a podcast host. That just doesn't, unless you're in it, you wouldn't really know that that's a really great pairing.
True.
So I'm glad that that's happening. So if you are hosted in either, and at least as of now, Libsyn has just released this. You can definitely check it out. I know Buzzsprout does have it as well. So you can go into these podcast hosts and then have access to your accounts. And I believe it's the same rollout. So the same integration is what's available in there. And it seems pretty seamless all the way around. So check it out. Now, as we speak for the last few minutes of the show, I think that we are going to go into some, should we talk about it as tool tips, John, or should we talk about, what do you think?
Yeah, we can do tool tips.
Okay, let's do tool tips.
Do it up, yo. Elsie's tool tips.
Oh my gosh. All right. So we're going to be talking about the fact that I'm making John's life ever more exciting for the summer. And because I'm going to be recording, what I told him is that I'm going to be recording in the wild because my girls are going to be going into camp for 6 weeks out of the summer, off and on here and there. And our life, Jess's and my lives, when it comes to meetings during the week is a little out of control. And being able to, we've kind of made Monday kind of special that this is the time that we record. And if we move this to a different time, it just messes up the entirety of both of our lives collectively.
Yep.
So we kind of have to keep the 1:00 time slot as if it's just there. But I'm not going to be where you see me right now. I'm going to be, when I say out in the wild, it means I'm going to be in Asheville, in the city of Asheville at this time. I don't know exactly where, which is something that I'm going to be figuring out because my girls are going to be going into camp and it makes no sense for us to go in camp and then come back home and then back to camp. It's just too much travel. It's like anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half of travel time one way. It's not going to be, it's going to be what you go into town. We all leave together in the afternoon, the end.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So when it comes, so I have to find a place that not only has Wi-Fi or fast connectivity, but we can stream because we want to keep on streaming and record a decent audio file so that John can do some work in post-production.
Okay.
Okay.
So we
All
need,
right, John.
we need we need we need internet. That's
Yes.
number one.
Internet, or would you be okay with 5G or some really high
anything, any high-end, high-speed internet was
okay, high-speed connectivity.
Right.
Okay.
Then you're going to need your phone or an iPad that can connect to the internet there.
Yeah, got that.
And then you're going to need your headphones to be able to connect to the iPad. So then and then you're also going to have to take your Zoom H6 with you. Okay. You can do one of two things. You can use your microphone and plug right in, or
into this. You're talking right now. You're talking into the Zoom H6 microphone straight into the H6. Okay.
Right. What we're going to do, just for if you were going to plug in to the iPhone, I would use either a wired earbuds that has the microphone in there, and you're just going to sound like when you're in here in StreamYard, you're just going to sound like you're on earbuds. Okay. All right. But then you can use the H6 to record your audio. Now, the way I know this, it just jumped into my mind, is because now you guys I shake my head with Elsie and Jess.
Half of us, because Jess is going to be in studio.
The whole thing, because what's going on now is due to COVID was my girlfriend Samantha and her co-host are in different places. Samantha has a microphone and a computer. Lisa refuses to do that. So she uses her phone and she uses the H6, but she has the H6 where she has it set up and it's like close to her mouth. Like, in other words, she has it on a stand and it's close to her mouth. And then she just records. And then I take that audio and I match it up. Okay. So through Lisa's stubbornness, I was able to, I've been doing this now for over a year with the two of them, and they really do sound good. I mean, the way that they record and the way that I, process everything and all, it does sound like they're in the same room. It's pretty amazing. So I'm not afraid of this. All right. You're going to have two different sound qualities. Being live, you're going to sound like you're on your headphones, which, you're with earbuds, which is not bad. I mean, Apple's microphone is really pretty good. And then when you record into the H6, you're just going to have to keep, mind of where it is at. So you want to get it somewhere within 6 to 8 inches of your mouth if you can, on a stand. And that's
on a stand. I might hold it though, John, because of I think I have two different thoughts when it comes to that. Like, I think I'm going to have.
You can use a microphone. You can use a microphone and plug it right into the H6. That would work. And you can hold the microphone. Right. Yeah, I think that I think I'll do that. I'll test that out. I'll test that out as well and see. Right. I would rather have you have the Q2U, right?
I do have the Q2U.
Yeah, that's better because the ATR 2100 has more handling noise, but the Q2U isn't that bad. Yeah. As far as his handling noise with your hand.
That makes sense. Now here's another thought that I had too, is why can't I also, as a possibility, do everything on the computer? And so it is exactly like we're doing right now, essentially, but I would connect that, like the internet aspect of it would be the hotspot of my phone to the computer.
We can test it, but how are you going to record your audio?
Right into the computer.
Okay, you're going to record in the computer using whatever.
The way that we're recording right now. I mean, right now I'm not. Yeah, right now I'm recording. Actually, I'm recording in the computer two different ways, and so that's what
that will also work. But if you again, I'm a big fan of testing this. Like, you're going to show up next Monday, which is the first time we're going to do this.
Wait, not next Monday, the Monday after that, June 7th.
Yeah.
Oh, the 7th. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So you're going to show up there the first time. We're not going to even, again, we're going to test on the fly. Which I don't have a problem with. I mean, if it, listen, we have crashed and burned on this show so many times.
We did today.
Yes, we did today. We started, but we got, we recovered.
We did recover.
And we'll recover from whatever happens next. So far, like I said, I'm just waiting for the day that Elsie says, I have no internet, no microphone, no computer. How do we do a podcast? And I'm going to say,
why are you saying that?
I mean, because
don't say that. Don't even scare us.
I know.
So I think that part of it is the only thing that I'm going to have to figure out now is, yes, for the iPhone and stuff. So I'm going to need to just have my show notes. I guess the computer is going to have to be part of the equation when I'm doing this anyway, because I have to read the computer, right? I mean, I
don't know about you, but I have 2 monitors here right now, and that's still not enough because you have the StreamYard up, and then you're going to have something with your show notes up. So maybe an iPad with your show notes.
Right.
So that's sitting there so you can see that. And then you use your computer for StreamYard, but you're going to have to use multiple devices. And if you want to record, and again, I don't know, like I said, your new MacBook Pro has the M1 chip, so they're really powerful. I don't think that's going to be a problem. But I would bring the 86 with you just in case as a backup and with a little cord.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can set that up for sure. I mean, I think it would be really fun. And this is like extra stuff that Jess, I didn't tell you about, but I thought, I wonder if we could do this sort of like not be so hidey about me recording, which usually I'm like, I got to go find a private corner.
Yeah.
And I got to be like,
I need a cave.
Like quiet, like in a cave.
Yeah.
Instead of doing that, having it be a little bit more.
Well, you have like
in the open, but and so that I call attention to myself on purpose.
You have an ambiance of a coffee house behind you.
Correct.
Yeah.
As long as you don't have Joe, your coffee's ready. Joe, your coffee.
Right. So I have to figure out. I'm going to look around Asheville and see where is like the fastest connection, because I have a week. We have to go in on, usually we're going to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday into town. But next week we're going Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday because it's a holiday on Monday.
Yeah.
And then they start on Tuesday. So we need to be there so that they can get at least the beginning of, with everybody and all that stuff. So I'll have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. A big chunk of my time is going to be spent walking around downtown Asheville, trying to figure out where I'm going to go to record my stuff. So, I mean, if anybody's interested, you're welcome to say, Elsie, will you do an Instagram story?
Yeah.
Is that how they talk?
Yeah. On the She Podcast. And I'll do it on the She Podcast feed so that we can just bring some awareness to that. And
all right. Somebody has a heart out in 1 minute. So
yes, I do.
Wrap it up.
Ooh, gotta go, yo. All right.
Ooh, gotta go, yo.
I'll just close it out. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to today's episode of She Podcasts. If you want to find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you can find us at She Podcasts. Our website is shepodcast.com. If you want to know anything about the event that we have coming up in the fall, go to shepodcast.com/live. And we also have a paid membership with education and community, supersquad.shepodcast.com. Thank you guys so much again for listening. Sorry to rush you out. Love you.
Meanek.
Bye.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
I know.
That was so good.
Look at us, like
look at us hitting the that's a little scary how good we are.
All right, you have 5 seconds to go. Elsie, say goodbye.
Hold on. I know. I have a meeting for actually. Yeah. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.